Hello, come in. It is such a beautiful day here in Alabama. The high is 73 and the sun is shining. I mean, does it get any more perfect than that? I love the 70s. They feel so good outside. You don't need a coat. You're not going to burn up. And the sun's shining. So, let's put some makeup on and just chat about whatever comes up. That's what I'm here for. Just whatever. I thought I might tell you what makeup I'm using today because I did this some videos back, but I have a lot of new people here. So just in case you're interested, I'm not selling anything. I'm not teaching anything. I'm not really recommending anything. I'm just telling you what works for me. And so, this is my BB cream. It's Dr. Jart, and it has a little plus beside it. So, I guess it's Dr. Jart Plus. And it is it says it's a premium beauty balm. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm squinting. Multitasker with niacinamide, whatever that means. It hydrates, conceals, and protects. It's an SPF of 40. Now, I have told you before, I do like this. I like the texture of it, the way it looks on my face. I'm not looking for heavy coverage. Do I need heavy coverage? Maybe, but I don't want it. What I wish I could find, and I haven't looked in a little while, but I want to use this up. And I don't hate it. I would buy it again, but I know you're supposed to wear sunscreen all the time, but I stay in the house so much, and when I get outside, I want to soak up some vitamin D in my face, in my hands, all over my body. Well, not all over my body because I'm going to have clothes on, but I wish I could find something that went on like this that was not an SPF. So there. It's not heavy coverage. It's almost no coverage. It evens my skin tone out just a little bit, but I don't want it to conceal everything because I just don't. I'm 64 years old, I think. Yeah, this is 2025. I'm 64. And, I mean, I got age spots. Actually, right now, I got a big old pimple. Listen, why is that? Last week, when I was on here, I had one healing up over here. They're those, I guess it's cystic acne. I'm not sure what it is. But they're those hard bumps way under the skin, and so it takes forever for it to, I mean, I can't leave it alone, okay? I want that stuff out of there, but it takes forever for that to come to the surface enough for you to get it out, and I'm sorry, but I pick at it. All right, listen, I haven't been using this, but I'm going to try using both of my concealers today. This is Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser, and this is the color pink. And I got the pink because I thought maybe it would hide a little bit of the darkness under my eye. Mostly the darkness under my eye is in that valley, and I feel like it's as much of a shadow as anything, but I don't really know. But anyway, let's try today using a little bit of this, and then in a little while, well, actually, I think I'll go ahead and put the other one on. Let's see what it does. I'm not crazy about my other one. I'm actually not crazy about either one, but I don't know what to go get. And I don't hate them. They'll be fine. But the other one I have is Kosas Kosas. And I mean, how are you supposed to read this? This is 0.5 neutral. And the color I think is fine. What I'm not crazy about is it says it's a brightening concealer. I think I'm not crazy. Okay, brightening concealer, super creamy. Yeah. I think I'm not crazy about the brightening part of it. I feel like it shines a little too much. But anyway. And if I use this wand, I feel like I get too much on. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger. Now, if I make a mess with my eyeshadow, and sometimes I do, I'll go back and do a little bit there just to clean it up a little bit more. And I was putting this on after blush, but I found that I was getting it down onto my blush, so I'd rather it not sit on top of blush. Let's try this brush. I like this brush because it fits right up under your eye. Most of my brushes are Saint brushes, which is a direct sales company, which I do not work for. I did at one time, but I don't want to sell makeup anymore. You know, the thing I hated about makeup, selling makeup the most, is color matching. And I sold two different kinds of makeup. I sold Unique at one time and I sold Saint at one time. The Unique makeup was a little bit more straightforward, I thought, in color matching. But the Saint, they had some weird color matching strategies that I'm not sure I ever really understood. But also, everybody's opinion is different. So even if you go through the training and you get really good at color matching, or you think you do, some people that's not what they want on their skin. Like, the look you're trying to give them is not the look they want. They might want lighter. They might want darker. And it always made me so nervous to color match. So I don't really like I loved the part about, I used to do Facebook Lives and put makeup on, and that's the way I sold it. People were interested, they could comment or message me. I loved that part, but I did not like color matching. Okay, so I don't know what this brush is called. I don't think it has a name on here. Well, wait a minute, there's something there. No. Anyway, it's slanted on both ends. I don't use this brush much. Occasionally, I use it for concealer. Yeah. And then this brush, I use this fluffy end for my powder. I powder in the T-zone. And then this little bitty brush, I don't use for much of anything. This brush, I love. If I could only have one brush, it'd be this one. This is good for putting your foundation on or your blush on. Although I'm just using my hands these days. I've done brushes, I've done sponges, and I've done my hands, and I've come back to just my hands. This end is bigger and fluffier, so I like to use this on my powder blush, and then I like to use this end on my cream blush. And those are my, oh, I do have one more Saint brush, and it is, it's real soft, but it's dense, not real fluffy. And then this end, so that end is round, and this end is a little bit flat. Anyway, I use this one sometime to put a darker color right there. Darker color of eyeshadow. So anyway, next. Okay, I have used this for many, many years. In fact, let me look around. Yeah. This is the longest running makeup product that I have. I don't know how many times I replaced it. I've replaced it a lot over the years. But it is a MAC paint pot, and the color is Painterly. And I use it for like an eyeshadow primer, or, you know, it sort of like makes my eyelid all the same color. So that's a good kind of, you know, good to start that way with everything sort of the same. Is that what I want to say? I don't know. It goes on creamy. It dries down completely. And I have used it, not in a long time, but just as just that. Like, not putting eyeshadow on, just put a little mascara on with just this. And you can tell that it gives me a little bit, excuse me, a little bit of color. You can tell the comparison. I don't have it on this side. So, I've used it so long. Years. I don't know how many years. And to me, they don't have a whole lot of choices in colors of this. I've been back over the years a few times to try to find another color that I liked, and I really did not find one. So, I mean, I would still use this one anyway. I might just use another color with it. But I do like these two that I got from Trinny London. Maybe I'll use one of these today. I don't really know. These are cream eyeshadows. This is the color Justice. And this is the color Wisdom. And honestly, this one looks like my Painterly paint pot. But it has more color than the Painterly. What do I want to use today? I don't know, but I'm not ready for that, okay? Calm down, Kathy. Just don't get ahead of yourself. All right. Let's do a little bit of powder. I like to powder in the T-zone. This is a unique powder. Loose, translucent, loose powder. And I just like something really light to go on my eyes, on my eyebrows before I use my pencil, or down around my nose, around my mouth. I get a little oily in the T-zone, not bad, but a little bit, so I like that. And let's do a little blush, because blush is my favorite. Did you know blush was my favorite? I got stuff on me here. It is my favorite. I love blush. And this is my favorite one. I actually have 4 blushes. This is Ilia, and it's the color Sensation. I like a little on my nose, and I like a little on my forehead to give me a little sun-kissed glow. I know. You're supposed to put bronzer. Oh, you're supposed to. Most people put bronzer up there, but I put blush. Okay. I have a bronzer coming. I haven't used a bronzer in a while. I don't have one. And I saw one the other day. Most bronzers are too brown, too orangey for me. I found one. It's a Laura Geller product, and I came across it for half price. And I don't know if all their products are this way, but a lot of their products are, I want to call it variegated. Like, it looks like there's a little bit of pink in it, there's a little brown, and there's a little white. So, the reviews said it definitely did not have that orangey glow to it. It has more of a pink, which is what I need. I don't have much of pink undertones anymore, but I used to. And I feel like that's the more natural look for me. So anyway, that's on the way. I don't know when it'll be here, but I'll show you when it gets here. I'm excited. What I like to do sometimes I feel extra pale. I am a pretty pale girl, but sometimes I like to take a big fluffy brush and put a really light coat of bronzer all over my face before I even put my BB cream on. It just seems to give me just enough color. I have used it. I might use it on top of my makeup. I don't know. We'll see when I get it. But, I mean, I can use it both ways. Okay, let's do some eyebrows. I noticed in my pictures last week, I always take pictures when I get done, so I can make that crazy old thumbnail that YouTube wants. And can we just stop right there and say that feels like so much pressure to me to get the right thumbnail that makes people want to click on your video. And sometimes I just have to get the attitude of like, I don't care. This is what I got. They will click or they won't. And then sometimes I feel like, oh, that was really clever. Whatever. Okay, let's do some eyebrow. What was I saying? Oh, I know what I was saying. Eyebrows. Last week, after I had photographed myself, I noticed that my eyebrows looked a lot lighter than my hair. So I may need to get a different color next time. Actually, I need to get one anyway because you cannot tell how much you have left in here. And one day, it's going to just, that last little tip's just going to fall out or break off or whatever. And I'm going to be sitting here with one eyebrow. So, yeah, I need to get that. In fact, I'm not going to put this up when I get done. I'm going to leave it out so that I can remember to get one. I like this one fine. I don't know if I want to try something different or not. We'll see. We'll see if an employee at maybe Sephora can convince me that there's something better for me personally. I'll try it. I'll try anything once. Well, I won't try anything once, but I don't mind trying something new. So this is, the company is Benefit, and the name of this pencil is Precisely My Brow Pencil, and the color I have is 2.5, which in the store it tells what they consider that. Blonde, light brown, whatever. I had a hard time when I started getting so much gray around my face of like, what color am I supposed to use? Because I used to be brown and I used to have a slight red tint to my hair. I really don't have that red tint anymore. And my brown looks darker than it used to. I guess that's just the contrast of the white with the brown. I don't know. So I never know what to get. I'm going to the Dollar Tree. Isn't that exciting? When I get finished here, because I need some Christmas money cards. My daughter is going to Texas tomorrow to see her brother, my son, and my new grandson. Is that you, Mark?
Yes.
Okay. I heard somebody come in. I just wanted to be sure they were supposed to come in. What? I don't know. That's my hair. Okay. Let me tell you what happened here. I was getting my hair cut this short, no bangs, and I actually really loved it. But it was at a time when my hair was really curly. And so my hair has plenty of body still, but it's straight. The curl is gone. And so I don't really think this is cute anymore, and I don't know what to do next. But this will have to grow before I can do anything. Okay. What are we gonna do next? Eyeshadow. I wish you could talk to me. I wish you could tell me whether I should do a cream eyeshadow today or I should do, let's do this. Yeah. I've done this before and I don't really remember how it turned out, but there's this brown right here it doesn't look it in the camera, but it's a little bit of a rusty brown. Let me see what's in this one. Yeah. This is my go-to brown. So this brown is a little more rusty than that one. See that? This one and the one I'm going to put right beside it. Yeah, let's try that. Or, I know what we should do. We should do my go-to brown and then put a little bit of that rusty brown in the corner. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. I did powder my eyes, didn't I? I'll be sure before I put some on. I don't know if it helps or not, but I often have a hard time blending my eyeshadow. And so I like to prep it well. I don't know why eyeshadows don't seem to blend on me very well. This is a blending brush. This was a unique brush. I've had it for years. It's very fluffy, so it doesn't pick up a lot of product. And I like it that way because if I get a brush that picks up a lot of product and I plop it right there, then sometimes it doesn't want to move. And that is not a good thing. You see how, like, there's a line right there? Like, it does not matter how many times I go over that. It's still just going to be a line. And really, there's one there, too. What is that about? I have primed it. I have powdered it. And this is a powder. And you would think that it would just... And I don't see that on my eye when I don't have any eyeshadow on. So I don't feel like it's just a dark spot. Anyway, all right, so now let's do this. I don't know if it's really rusty brown, but it's rusty compared to this one, right? Yeah. All right, now I'm going to use this dense brush, the one that's sort of flat on the end. And I'm going to just barely tap into it because I've used this a time or two. It looks pretty dark. I don't really remember how dark it goes on, so I'm gonna tap and put a little bit right there. Oh yeah, that one tap is probably enough. Mm-hmm. And then I'll blend that out in a minute. I don't usually use this brush to blend. Maybe a tad more on this side. I need a drink. Hold, please. That's good and cold. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to this. Oh, I just accidentally stuck that in a color I didn't want to stick it in, so cleaning it on my paper towel. All right, let's calm this down just a little. How am I looking? I mean, it's a little dark, but don't panic, because remember that I'm gonna put glasses on and you're gonna hardly see. If I don't put a decent amount on, you can't see that I have any. Okay, what do I want? Oh, let's take this tiny little brush. Oh, these eyeshadows are MAC. I was gonna tell you what they were. This one is called Connect in Color. And it came, oh shoot, I'm about to get it all over me. It came with these colors in it. So you should be able to walk in MAC if you wanted this one, which this is my go-to favorite color, and I use this one all the time too. It should come just like this. This one, I had the bright idea, or the sales lady talked me into it. I got this one first. I went in there and tried to pick my own colors, but I didn't do a good job. So, I mean, I always need a go-to brown color, and I thought I had it in here, but I didn't end up loving it. So I chose these. Then I went back and got this. But let me tell you, I tried to choose this color to begin with, and they didn't have it in stock. I should have had them order it and send it to me to go in this palette. So I ended up buying a whole palette with basically for that, and well, and that. No, not that. No, this one, I do use this sometimes, but it has a little shimmer to it. This is the one that I use. It does not have shimmer, it's matte. Anyway, that's more than you wanted to know, but those are MAC eyeshadows. Okay. Where am I? What was I talking about? What was I doing? Okay. I'm gonna take this little short stubby brush that I got from, it is a Sephora brush, a Pro Smudge brush. And I'm gonna take my favorite brown and put it under my eye. Whew, that tickles me so much. That did not used to tickle me. That's a fairly new thing that I feel. But you know how my nose itches so much on here? I've noticed that when I floss my teeth, my nose itches. It's like, it feels like nerve sensations. It's not pain. It's just, I don't know. Listen, I don't know about you, but as I have gotten older, the weirdest things happen to my body. Just things you would never even think about, like that. Like your nose itching because you're flossing your teeth. Does that make any sense? I mean, It itches intensely. Okay. I'm gonna do, I think I'll do this pink with my finger. Be sure my finger doesn't have a brown on it or anything. And I'm gonna put it right here on the lid. I wish I could tell you what color this is, but that lady, I picked these out and she put them in for me, and I don't even know how you get them out. I can't figure out how you get them out. And the name of the color is on the back of them, so I cannot share that with you. Okay, you like that pink? So I have a hooded eye. So when I'm looking at you, you can hardly see any of this part of my lid. But I feel like if I put a little bit of a lighter color and or a shimmer on there, that it opens that up just a little bit. Do you agree? Do you think this one shows better than that one? If you don't, let's just pretend like it does, because that's what I think works for me. Okay? Okay. That should be good. Now I'm going to take this brush. It's a skinnier flat one than the one I showed you all ago. And I'm going to take this creamy color that's matte, and I like to put it right under my brow. Why? I don't know. You know, everything I do with my makeup is, well, let's think about this. I was gonna say it's because I saw somebody else do it and I thought, oh, I'll try that. But that's only partially true, because years and years ago when I started wearing makeup, there was no such thing as social media. There was no such thing as YouTube. There were no makeup tutorials. Oh, I know how I learned how. I would go to, well, not when I first started wearing makeup, but yeah, I don't know, maybe in my 20s or whatever. I would go to like the Clinique counter ready to buy some eyeshadow, and I would let them help me figure out how I wanted to put it on. That's probably where I learned how to do eyeshadow. I don't know. My mother wore some makeup, but she didn't wear much makeup. I don't even know if she wore eyeshadow or not. She did, I guess, a little bit. But I'm guessing that she just slapped one color on like that and stopped. She didn't really try to, you know, do anything special. Anyway, she wore makeup, but she didn't wear a whole lot, and she didn't take any pains with it. Oh, I know another place I learned to do makeup. My mother's mother did go to great lengths to do her makeup. And I used to stand in her bathroom. I used to spend the night with her sometimes. And I don't know, she might have been going to work and I would have been going to school the next morning, or we might have been going to church. Probably so. It was probably like a Saturday night. Anyway, I would stand in her little bitty bathroom and sit on the commode and watch her put her makeup on. And it was serious business. We didn't have any conversation. I just stared at her while she put her makeup on. And she was very particular. And I sort of have that same, I'm sort of particular about a lot of things. Good or bad. Anyway. Okay. I think we'll do mascara next. Now, if you notice, I pull this out from under me when, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I learned when I was selling makeup from somebody that if you would sit on your mascara while you're doing your other makeup, that it warms it up and it goes on better. And I agree. So I have sat on my mascara for, well, I think I started selling makeup in 2019. And so, 5 or 6 years I've been sitting on mascara. I like the way it works. And I know I tell you this all the time, but this is Grande mascara in waterproof. It's a conditioning mascara, and I love it. And I think that I would say that it's the best mascara I have ever used. I have always used waterproof because I'm a crier. If you've been around here anytime at all, you've noticed that I'm a crier. And I don't want mascara smudged under my eyes. So I like waterproof, and this is a conditioning waterproof, and I don't know what part of that makes it great, but I love it. I'm going to show you here in just a second. I'm going to look up, and if you'll notice over here, I hardly have any lashes you can see. So for me, this is huge. So I bought it on Amazon during Amazon Prime Days time before last for $15. And of course, now it's $25. But that's the regular price. I don't really know where you buy it other than Amazon. I don't know if Ulta or Sephora carry it, but I will be buying it again. And this one always looks better than that one, so I always have to go back and see if I can add a little more over here. But I don't take too much pains with it because I'm going to put some glasses on and ain't nobody looking anyway, right? Okay. What next? I think that what I want to do today, because I don't know if I've done this combination or not for lips. I'm going to take my handy dandy lip brush, which I got off of Amazon, and it says LYL Pro. Let me see if I can get that up there. So if you're looking for a lip brush, I really like this one. It wasn't super expensive, and it has this flat, thin brush on one end, and on the other end, it has a thinner flat brush, which I thought I would use this for lip liner, but it's really too, it's too flimsy. This one's a little firmer. Hey, no. Don't, oh, sorry. I didn't mean to hit you. I'm sorry. Okay. But I use this bigger one for my lip liner. And I'm using a cream eyeshadow from Saint in the color Arabian Night for my lip liner. Okay. I saw this woman yesterday on YouTube. It's the first time I'd watched her, and honestly, I can't even tell you who she was. But she was lining her lips. She was probably close to my age. She did not put any in the middle of the liner. And on the sides, instead of going all the way up to the corner, she sort of brought it in. She said when she does it all the way to the corner, it gives her like marionette looking lines. So I really forgot about that until I started here. Oh, but she didn't put any in the middle, but she did put contour under her bottom lip. So that's why she didn't put any there. Let's see if I can. Oh, she also, on the upper lip, not in the middle, but on the sides, she overdrew her lips a little bit, which my top lip is thinner than my bottom, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. I probably didn't overdraw it enough to tell. Do you love watching other people do makeup? And they don't have to be a makeup artist, a professional of any sort. But I love to pick up tips and tricks from other people doing makeup. Do you? Okay. Smush that in a little bit because I don't want the line to be so bold. I don't know if I've ever used this with my brown liner. The brown liner is my go-to. It's my favorite. This is an Ilia Pink Door is the color, and it's a Lip Sketch Hydrating Crayon. Now, I don't know that I agree that this is hydrating. I don't think it's drying, but I don't think it's hydrating either. In fact, I usually put something over it after I use it. But anyway, I'm going to fill in with this and see what these colors look like together. I think that's a good combination. I think I like that. Now, like I say, it doesn't feel drying, but it doesn't feel hydrating either. So I'm going to take a little bit of this Ilia, it's called Balmy Gloss Tinted Lip Oil. Balmy Gloss, I guess, is the color. And I don't want a whole lot of it either, so I'm going to get a little bit on my finger. Well, there wasn't enough on the thing. I've struggled to find a nude type lipstick that looks good on me because most everything comes out looking a little orangey, and even this thing that's called Pink Door, I feel like it's a little bit orangey on me, but not bad. Okay, do I need more blush? I always need more blush, okay? Listen, I have enjoyed coming on here today with no agenda. Nothing in particular that I wanted to talk about or I needed to talk about, and I feel pressure often when I'm getting ready to do a video to have a subject to talk about. And that's not really why I started this YouTube. I started it to just give myself an out, give myself a way to connect to people and force myself to put makeup on. That's really all. So today I thought, forget about it. I am not going with anything that I want to talk about. And then when I got on here, I was like, well, let's just talk about my makeup today. But even if I hadn't talked about makeup, I usually can chit chat no matter what. I don't have any problem talking. Okay, thank you for being here. You and the sunshine, they just lift me up. And I'm still having chest pains every day and headaches a lot of days. I've been back. Going to Texas was a really big deal. It really challenged my body. I think I told you that last week. And when something is a really big deal for me, it usually takes me weeks to get over it. And something really weird has been happening. My chest pains and my headaches have been more in the evenings than during the day. And I never remember that happening before. I don't know what that's about. But I have felt really crummy. And I'm feeling good today. And you are part of the reason. So thank you for being here. I will see you next week. Thanks.